first moment when you thought, I'm not a boy? And when someone throws negativity at me, I'm able to harness it into fuel and welcome it and appreciate it. Share with me a little bit more about like your transition, and do you have hormones throughout your...
I'm suffering with anxiety and depression, so that is always challenging, mostly every day. So just try to keep myself in positive and try to cope up day by day, little by little. Like
this guy here that has a control over himself 10 years ago was a psychopath. But
really?
No, I wouldn't have felt enough pain. I needed to feel that pain. Imagine the next 30 minutes is the last conversation we're ever gonna have. Hello and welcome to the Next Level podcast with me, Gaz Collins. I want to start off with saying thank you to all of the people that have supported the channel, that have hit the subscribe button, that hit the like button, that share with us in the comment section positivity and also maybe not so positivity. You are all appreciated no matter what. Thank you once again. Today, I'm with a person that in Thailand, they are famous for. It's don't know how else to put it. Lady or not, share with me in the comment section, your view. Arabella, thank you for joining me.
Hi, thank you for the invite. I'm so excited.
You're very welcome. Arabella, what do you do?
So now I work in marketing and I also do promoting.
Okay.
So I work in nightclubs and I promote, can I say the club that I'm working with?
Please do.
So please go to, the name of the club is Boho.
Okay.
So I'm promoting Boho at the moment. So I work with them and one of their marketing partners.
Got you.
Yes.
Share with me more about what you do in that role.
So basically just promoting it in social media and bring people in the club and work and make money.
I had a great time in there. I seen you in there a couple of weeks ago. Lovely place.
I see it. Yes, it is. I think it's one of the most nicest club at the moment, and it's one of a kind because it's the only club that plays house music. Because everyone in Pata is, playing hip hop and all of these commercial clubs.
What was some of the jobs and professions you've done previously throughout your life?
Throughout my early stage of life, I work in fashion. I was a professional hair makeup artist since when I was 15 until 25. And then 25, I venture out, travel around, and then find my place home here in Thailand.
How long have you been in Thailand?
Since 2015.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. How does it compare to Philippines?
Actually,
Did we say you're from Philippines?
Yes, I am not yet. So
Okay.
originally I'm from the Philippines and it's actually pretty similar culture-wise, but not the food though, because Thai food is spicy,
Yes.
very spicy.
How often do you go back to the Philippines?
As often as I could, but during COVID times, everyone couldn't fly, so I haven't been back in a while. But this year I'll be back again. Yeah.
What keeps you in Pattaya and Thailand?
Oh, a lot of things. Culture, food, diversity, and acceptance, I guess. And also probably the nature also, because it's very similar to the Philippines. I love the beaches and I love all these islands and the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
How have you only been in Pattaya for the 10 years, for the duration?
No, not just Pattaya.
Oh, no, where have you-
Live in Bangkok and also Koh Samui for a few years. And then back to Pattaya. I'm just been here for work. So I work in F&B before I venture out to the marketing and club promoting.
Got you.
Yeah.
You. Okay. Who was the younger version of Arabella?
Who was my younger version? Like I said before, She works in fashion.
No, let's go way back.
Oh, way
So
back.
you've gave me your working experience.
Yes.
Growing
Who
up
was I
as a
growing
child.
up? Oh my God.
Because you wasn't Arabella, was you?
Yeah, I was. I am a very enthusiastic kid.
Yes.
Yeah, and my given name is Marie, actually.
What?
Marie.
And also still a female.
Yeah, I
name?
know. Maybe my
Okay.
mom.
Okay.
Yes, maybe my mom thought that I'm going to grow up as a woman.
What was your parents like?
I've met my dad, but he passed away when I was young. So it's just like basically my mom raised us, all of us. So my mom is very accepting. So she's very, very supporting. And to have that support in your family growing up as a trans, I think is very, very great thing, you know?
Vital.
Yeah, very vital.
Share with me the first moment when you thought, I'm not a boy, or something's different with me.
I think when I was 3 or 4, I think when I was in kindergarten, I have a little boy's crush.
You had a little,
I have crush with, you know.
a little boy.
Yeah.
Got you.
When I was 4 years old. And I think from there, I've never been attracted to the opposite sex. So for me, at the very young age, I'm attracted with men in general. So I don't know how to explain it. It's just how it is.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
Say I understand.
I hope you do.
understand. Okay. Can you share with me how life was growing up and the transition
Okay.
and just the challenges that you have to go through?
Well, growing up, of course, there's a lot of bullying. Especially you live in a country with predominantly Catholics and being different genders, I think, kind of, you know, conflicts with the issues that they're trying to, you know. And yeah, there's partly bullying, but mostly I'm very, very blessed to have a very welcoming and accepting family. So I think if you have that support within your family, you are not growing up as others who have unloved family, or like, what do you call the term that they push you away?
Neglect.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, those people that grew up with a family who's not very accepting.
You're alienated.
There you go.
What have you learned through going through those challenges?
I've learned to be more kind, because world is really, really unkind. And to be more open-minded, to be more, how do you call this one, accepting, to be more understanding. Because I think people are afraid for what they don't understand. If they don't understand things, they put hate. So if people understand things little by little, if you let them understand, I think they will be more accepting.
You mentioned you was a little bit hesitant.
Yes, I'm very, very.
And when I asked you about sharing the episode, you was like, oh, I don't know. As you mentioned about the negativity and the criticism.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's still something holding you back from putting your complete self out there.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm very conflicted when I told you about coming here. I'm really excited also because I wanted to be more insightful and to be enlightenment, you know, to enlighten people.
Yes.
With this conversation that we're doing. I'm conflicted in a way because this will be posts on social media. And we know social media is a platform for people with a lot of hate speech, and those keyboard warriors that...
Not just though hate.
I know. We'll get to that part. And yeah, so I was saying I'm conflicted because there's a lot of hate because the keyboard warriors are like, you know, they're on the back of their computer, and to be honest, they can't really say that in your face, but because they have the power now, the tool to say such things, even they don't know you personally, people will still say a lot of hate. Yeah. But not like you said, not a lot of people will say hate. And I hope when this video come out, we have a lot of positive comments, and I hope it will be insightful, and I hope the viewers will enjoy. And yeah.
Yeah. I feel that it's one of my superpowers of all the struggle and the negative criticism I've received in my days, and I've looked deep inside myself. And when someone throws negativity at me, I'm able to harness it into fuel and welcome it and appreciate it, you know, and I can see where it's coming from. I put myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
You know, someone's throwing hate at you.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they have in themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, that I could understand.
just not letting
Yeah.
other people's life situation affect yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand.
It's one of the hardest things.
I can understand your point of view. I wish
ever.
I am more like you, and in a sense of that kind of mentality. But my take on that is that sometimes like I said, people given power tools now to say hate, and maybe it's on me. It's how I digest this type of stuff.
This is one of the most memorable things that helps me revolving around like people giving you energy and that, and controlling your emotions. From Ralph Smart, whoever angers you controls you.
Yeah, true.
So when someone throws a lower vibrational energy in your path, however you want to react, and if you want to let it control you, it's your responsibility.
True.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I strongly recommend you just to let it out, and whether people like it or not, you know, that's their prerogative.
Okay.
It's totally their prerogative. You know. Share with me a little bit more about like your transition, and I know like, do you have to have hormones throughout your?
I did a little bit of hormones back in the days, and then I kind of stopped it. And I think I'm just like blessed to have feminine features in a way. And then I began my transition when I was 13 or 14, I guess. And then, it started from there. So that's how my transition started.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you had any surgery?
Yeah, I did my boob job when I was of 22.
Okay.
Or 23 years old.
How was that?
Painful.
Yeah.
Painful is really, you know, what they call this, beauty is painful. So, as they say.
How was it mentally?
Mentally, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know, because finally I'll get that part, my boob job that I always wanted to have.
I hear you.
So, yeah.
Did it give you more confidence?
Yes. Boosts.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. And the lower half?
A lower half, pre-op.
You know more than me.
Yeah.
Don't it? Go for it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Pre-op. Yeah. So there's pre-op and there's post-op.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Talk.
Yeah, there's pre-op and there's post-op. And pre-op is the one that haven't done the surgery, the full surgery yet. Yeah, the post is the one, yeah.
So many ladyboys, correct me if I'm mistaken, revolve around the sex industry? Yes?
Yeah.
Have you dived into that in any way?
No, not in particular.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yes. And you used to do some modeling?
I did, yes.
How was that?
It's amazing. I've had a lot of shoots, editorials, and actually I have one photo published in Vogue.it, so I think it's one of the biggest accomplishment I've had back in the day. So, yes.
Got you.
One with career.
What's your most challenging period of your life?
Every day is always challenging period.
Yeah.
Every day is challenging period of our
your
lives.
Most challenging time when you perhaps look in the mirror and gone, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. And whenever I do, I'll be so appreciative.
Well, like I said, every day is more challenging in my life. So I want to be honest. I'm battling with my mental of, how do you call this? I'm suffering with anxiety and depression. So that is always challenging, mostly every day. So just try to keep myself in positive and try to cope up day by day, little by little. Like the I've seen better days. So, yeah.
Can you dive into a little bit more about that and why you feel you're going through that?
I'm very hypochondriac. That's all what comes from my anxiety. Like I overanalyze things and it's always like expect worst outcome when in fact it's just like a little bruise or a little headache. So I don't need to dive into what comes worst out of it. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Let's rewind a little bit and dive a little bit deeper regarding the anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've gone through that. You with me?
What about what's your anxiety, where it comes from and how you deal with it?
I deal with it by developing myself.
Okay.
By reading, by meditating, by diving deeper into my inside, by diving deeper into my mind.
Well, what started your anxiety?
Not feeling like I was good enough, not doing enough, not developing myself.
So you like
wasting my time.
You're like feeling like always like the second best or
just not doing the things that I need to do to raise my self-esteem. So in life, throughout your day, you can always choose things that can deplete your inspiration and self-esteem.
Yes.
Your lower self.
Yeah.
Or you can ascribe to the things that raise your confidence and raise your self-esteem. You with me?
Yeah.
So I've stopped smoking weed for about 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah.
I feel absolutely great.
Yeah.
You with me? I haven't had a drink for a few weeks. I feel great.
Yeah.
I've shot up out my bed every single day.
Yeah.
I've read every single day. You with me? And things are starting to come together.
Yeah.
You with me? And it's a cascade effect.
Yeah.
You know, so that energy, that person that I'm in sync with, that I should be, is breaking out.
Yeah.
You know, and the more you can do that throughout your day, things just start. That person that you feel is a fantasy, that life you feel is a fantasy, starts becoming a reality.
Becoming reality. That's good to hear.
Thank you. So what things do you do, apart from what you just said about exercise, to raise your self-esteem?
Now I just read books and meditate and try to get on with yoga and Pilates. And I think breathing helps.
Massively.
Breathing techniques also.
What books are you
Stretching. Right now, it's not really an anxiety book, but it's Warhammer 40K.
Pardon?
Because it's Warhammer. I don't know if you...
I don't know.
I love sci-fi, so I'm reading Warhammer at the moment. So I'm playing video games.
Yeah.
So I'm also a gamer.
Yeah. So Eckhart Tolle massively helped me raise my gratitude, raise my presence and appreciation for life and being here.
Yeah.
You with me? I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's like the human of Yoda in Star Wars.
So he's Yoda.
He's just so relaxed, so calm and so tranquil. And like his presence is through the roof. He's got such like strong control of emotions. As one of the most powerful things he shares is the pain body. I've mentioned it a few times.
Yeah.
Pain body. So growing up, we've been programmed, or we feel like we're not good enough in any way. Anxiety, that pain body.
Yeah.
You know, like when someone triggers you, you know. Someone triggers you.
Yeah.
Someone's triggering your pain body. You with me?
Yeah.
And the more you look at it and just simply notice it, the more it will deplete.
Sure.
So I look at that all the time when it comes up. And the more I do that, the more control I have over it. Now, this guy's here that has a control over himself, 10 years ago was a psychopath.
Why?
Serious. I've never said this. But
really?
No, I've hinted on things like this. You know what I mean? I've shared some of my darkest stories on this podcast. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Seriously. Like, my mind was so dark, and like, imagine the version of me now, this positive.
What makes you think you're a psychopath?
I was just vicious.
Vicious.
I was vicious.
Okay.
I wanted to hurt people.
Okay.
I wanted to hurt people.
But you thought about it, but you never do it physically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was a fight, I wouldn't really go looking for a fight. But if my friend said, Gaz, this boy is taking it out of me.
Yeah.
Says, let's go.
So
let's do it.
Yeah.
Look what we're waiting for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. A hint of it maybe like because I used to.
This is back in the UK.
I used to do karate from I was like 5, and my coach was a vicious animal. Vicious.
Imagine karate is like self-discipline.
Yeah, so I had that under the cover, but I also had that animal instinct.
Yeah.
So like throughout my school years, I was always like one of the roughest and toughest. And the epiphany moments of my life that I've had to kill this vicious person inside me, and like that's the only way I can explain him, was when I broke up with my ex-girlfriend and I cut her clothes up. I cut her clothes up. I'll share all of it, but like basically I'll share a little bit with you. I cheated on her and tried to get her back. She didn't want to get back with me. And we were trying to sort it out. It didn't work out. And I basically like broke into our house that I gave her the keys and said, if you don't come back here right now, I'm going to cut your clothes up. And I cut up like 20-30% of the clothes. And from that, like I was just absolutely disgusted with myself. And now I look back at it and I'm glad that I did do that, because that was the catalyst to, like I said, kill that old Gaz.
Yeah.
If I didn't do that, I wouldn't have felt enough pain. I needed to feel that pain for me to resurrect a totally different person.
That what sparks you. Yeah.
Gives you like that pain. Like I said, that pain it was just the death. That was the death of my old self, sort of thing. And that was when I was just totally sick of him. So I put him to rest, Yeah, man. Let's dive into some of your philosophies or beliefs that have stuck with you.
I don't have many. I'm still thinking of. I think the ones that stucks with me is like a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, which is pretty common. Probably you've heard of it many times. And also like a simple act of kindness sparks another. So those are like probably the philosophies that I always, perspective that I always put in and I always carry.
Rewinding back to that story that massively changed me, that was the mindset switch. Now looking back at it, I appreciate pain. I appreciate the struggling times because I can look back at it and go, wow, that was my greatest motivation. You with me?
Yeah.
I advise everyone watching this right now to appreciate all the challenges, all of the struggles you're going through, and harness them to develop a stronger you. Because a lot of the world, we look at problems and we look at hard times as worry and, oh no, well, obviously, yeah, it's a big challenge. Let's dive into your sex life.
What about it?
Share with me
what do you want to know about
some of your most memorable love stories.
Memorable love stories. Oh my God, I don't have many. I
do not believe you.
I have few relationship ends.
The past couple of guests I've asked.
Yeah.
I've asked the question.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I've asked the question of, do you have any LadyBoy stories?
Yeah, okay.
Now, Trevor, my previous guest, left it all out on the table.
Yeah.
And he said, yes. No, I asked him actually. I said, what's the most amount of women? Because he said he's been knee deep. So I was asking him, how many women have you been knee deep in? He said, three ladies and 2 ladyboys.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant. Share with me more. Let's hear it.
Oh my days.
And he told me.
I don't know what to share.
You have too much options.
Yeah, that's what I think. Too many to think which one of the most funniest, kinkiest, and
Let
raunchiest.
me look at inspiring you. Imagine the next 30 minutes is the last conversation we're ever going to have.
Yeah.
Okay? This is it.
Yeah. And
Ever.
I'm thinking about the most raunchiest and
Shock the crowd. Give them what they want.
probably one of the most raunchiest I've been is with my ex, I guess.
Yeah.
So just like doing a lot of sexcapades wherever and whenever. So
Okay? That sounds very basic.
I know, but there's
I need something
I know
weird, wacky, and wonderful.
I know
to shock the people.
it felt so like so. What do you call this one? So boring, but honestly, that's it. Like
No golden showers?
I have some of those
Okay.
and some threesomes. So
Just free?
yeah,
Any sex, like group sex?
yeah, I did. So
So more than free.
yeah, more yeah, with some friends and stuff.
How many friends?
It's mostly like friends in plural form.
Yeah.
Yeah, and-
Swinging?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, dive into it.
yeah. I got invited to the swinging party, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So I've never have much experience with girl, but on that moment, so I think that's my first time being with a girl, and then maybe it turned me now into a bi, and I actually liked it.
Where was it?
Here,
Oh, in Pattaya.
yeah,
In a-
during COVID
Oh, yeah.
times. So
How was COVID?
amazing.
Really?
It's actually one of the best moments, probably. Yeah, you can't do anything, but Thailand is still one of the best places to be stuck in COVID with,
I
because we can go out, we can just chill.
was hungry to get to Thailand.
Yeah,
I really wanted to.
and we can still a bit party here and there, and it was fun.
What one character trait, if I could give you a magic wand right now, you would decide to, if it's a 4, you'd decide to have it as a 10.
What do you mean 4 decided to
Okay,
have a
so
10? No,
Say
I asked you the same question,
Okay,
so
so-
I have an idea
Okay.
with a question. So what character trait from 4 and then decided to 10? What do you mean by that?
So what character trait, okay,
Yeah,
would you most like to max out?
to maxed out. Oh,
That you feel would bring the most value to your life?
like I said, with suffering with mental illness, with my anxiety and depression, so probably that trait of thinking and completely rewire my brain, like what you did with you push your that anger to be your strength. So probably I would like to have that kind of stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it sounds like acceptance.
that's it. Yeah,
Acceptance. And I would advise you to live more in the moment.
yeah. I do live in the moment.
How do you do meditating?
I've listened to this. I forgot what's her name, and a friend of mine. I think she's been here in your podcast before. She also helped me.
Natalia.
Yeah, she also helped me with meditation. So
Yes.
yeah, and my best friend, she do like sound healing.
Oh, yes.
So we do this stuff as well.
And do you do daily?
2 times or 3 times per week. If
okay.
I can do it daily, why not? No, I mean like the sound healing and stuff. But meditation all by myself, I do it by myself.
Yes.
Mostly every day.
So one
with
thing
the
that
breathing
massively changed me is my morning routine.
Yeah.
And to invest the first hour to sometimes 3 hours in myself.
Mm-hmm.
So the more I can develop myself, the more value I can give out to the world and the more valuable I'm going to be to myself. Yes. The future, Catalia.
That's my best friend.
Future, Arabella.
Arabella.
The future. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years.
If you had a magic wand.
If I have a magic wand, probably own my own business and probably traveling Europe.
What business?
I wanted to open my own hotel and restaurant back in the Philippines. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hope in the next few years I have my own business and go from there.
Do you know much about what's your cooking experience like?
Well, I love to cook. My friends, also told me I'm a great cook. So I host parties and cook
What do you
for
cook?
people. Every cuisines, anything. Yeah.
Caribbean?
Yeah, I can.
Really? What?
I can.
What?
If we have juniper peppers, so I could cook you a Jamaican jerk chicken. So
Okay.
probably
I used
one
to
of.
run a Caribbean food business in England.
Oh, really?
Really? That's why I'm here now.
With plantain and stuff.
Plantain, dumpling, rice,
There you
and
go.
peas, jerk chicken,
Yeah,
oxtail,
rice and-
curry goat, all of them things.
There you go. Bring it all out.
Shout out to my Caribbean kitchen people.
Actually, that's a good idea. We don't have much Caribbean restaurants
it
here.
was at the
Right?
time until I
Right?
leased out a massive 500 people capacity venue. And
There
it
you
was
go.
Way too
We should
much
host
of
an
the-
event with Caribbean food next time. I
Pardon?
think that's a good idea to host an event with a Caribbean food.
I think I'm a little bit bored of that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, but like I said, it was massive learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Well, I told you earlier. I also wanted to ask you a question. Like,
Please, you interview me.
What?
Let's switch.
What? What?
Switch.
Let's switch. Let's switch. There you go. Welcome to to your
Welcome to the Arabella show.
Welcome to my show. So I'm going to steal a guest show,
Do it.
and this
Quiz
is
me.
the next door. What's it? What's the name of the show again?
The Backdoor Podcast.
The Backdoor Podcast now. So from next door now, it's a Backdoor Podcast. So guys,
Yes.
I want to ask you a question. Like, what inspires you to ask? Oh, to have an interview with a LadyBoy? Like, what instigate that?
Yes, I'm a person that does my best to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So if I don't see many people doing it and it's taboo or it's testing, it's pushing the envelope, I'm attracted to it.
Yeah.
And also my past few guests, such as Nick Dean, AJ from the Pattaya News, Trev,
Yeah.
they're all like Pattaya legends, and we're in Pattaya, we're in Thailand, and LadyBoys are a famous
Thailand
thing.
is famously.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes indeed.
And before you go to Thailand, have you met many trans or ladyboys back in the UK, or you just met
No,
all of them, us here?
all here, yes.
Was it completely different? Like, was it like new to you? How did you think or accept it, or how do you respond to it?
Okay, I'll share this story in the name of Trev.
Yeah.
Was in Pattaya, okay? First time I come to Thailand,
Yeah.
about 10 years ago. Absolutely loved it. I was drunk in Koh Tao,
Yeah.
having a ball, drinking all day. Koh Tao pub crawl, I think it was. So I had at least 20.
20
At least 10, 15 drinks. So I was very, very, very drunk.
Yeah. That was
As everyone
and also
says.
kratom, right?
Oh, no. And I seen this girl having a great time, and she was absolutely stunning. Proper caught my eye. And she was dancing with her grandma, I think it was, and there was a connection. So I was having a great time with her, and I went to kiss her. She says, let's go to the beach. I said, yes, let's go. Walking to the beach now on Koh Tao,
Yeah.
I said to her, you are not going to leave me until Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was only Saturday. So
You have 5 days with
she's
her.
bent over. She's bent over.
There you go.
I'm going for it. I've gone for the old reach around. I've gone, what's that here?
There's a surprise for you.
I've just had to carry on. Ow, I lost my phone.
Yeah.
Like half an hour later, I went to my room. I see my friend. I told him the story. I was absolutely, what's the word? Traumatized.
You were
I was traumatized.
Yeah.
What are people gonna think of me?
Yeah.
I'm gay now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh my
Yeah.
God, I fucked a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's proper gay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's proper gay.
Yeah.
I told my friend, he says, really, Gus, fucking hell, it's happened to me loads of times. That made me feel a little bit better,
Yeah.
you know? And
But do you think like being with LadyBoy
What?
that does it make straight men gay?
well, it is certainly, it's not fucking straight, is it?
Yeah. So coming
Sure
from
me.
coming from a straight man, you think it's not straight being with trans. It will make you.
Well, not gay, it's bi, isn't it?
It's more bi
It's
than
bi.
being gay. Then.
Yeah, it's bi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of videos. They were like conflicted in a way that if a straight man goes with trans or a ladyboy, does it make them gay? A lot of people says no because they're attracted to a woman or to their femininity, and the other says like, yeah, it's totally gay because she still have the thingy, she still have the dick and stuff like that. And the others says like, I think the correct term is bi. So for you, it's more of like bisexual.
Know what I think?
Yeah.
Well, used to, like as I said,
Yeah,
I was
you used to think
traumatized.
it was gay.
I was traumatized
Yeah.
for like a few years, and I didn't tell no one about
Yeah.
it. Literally no one apart from that friend
Yeah.
for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And then I think I told my ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
and like I was still a little bit. And then now I've built my character up not to give a flying
Yeah.
about what people think about me.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
to own it, tell the world this is what I've done.
Yeah.
This is how it is.
So
I'm
there-
sharing it with you because I know it's entertaining.
That's really
You know, it entertains me. You know, and also it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
your
let
body.
go and
You can do
go.
whatever you want with
Ah,
it. It's true.
you know, there
It's
you
your
go.
body. You can do whatever you want.
No, I
with
don't
it.
want to take no secrets to the grave.
Exactly.
Not at
Well, that
all.
was fun experience. And then you go from one and then what? Now 20, 30?
Like 3 or 4, I think. All totally drunk.
Keep them coming.
All after like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
There you go.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yes.
And after that experience of how did you deal with it? Because you said you were traumatized, and then how did you overcome and then meet another one and you just used to it and then you were okay and stuff? Or?
Well, it's being comfortable with the person you are.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day.
It's because it's an insecurity of me saying, oh my God, I made a mistake. What are people going to think about me?
True.
I can't tell no one, so I'm going to hide the real person that I am. And then after a while, once you've built your character up and you've gone...
And what attracts you with trans? The most?
Loads of alcohol.
Loads of alcohol. So you
Loads
can't,
of
you,
no, tell a lie.
you can't shag them sober.
No, I don't
You
think
need
so.
alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
I see.
Like
You're too horny. you can't-
Yeah. Walking
There's
through.
no available bed at the moment, so there you go. Last option.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I swear,
Give
the
it a go.
last one was absolutely gorgeous. Like fucking,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I
Would
swear
you
I
date
couldn't
a
believe it.
trans if given a chance?
Pardon?
Would you date a trans if given a chance?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's just more of like sex for you.
It's a weird and it's
Yeah.
just it's like one of those things that you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
It's
there
like
and you
it's
just
like
go,
kink. It's like
it's-
kinky,
it's
raunchy.
kink-
Yeah.
It's a
Get
little-
you.
just a slight fetish, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it's in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, fuck it, come on. Let's
Yeah,
go.
why not? There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you all know.
Every one of your viewers know. And before coming here to the show, is there any like personal question you want to ask me or what you wanted to know and what we could learn from it and also your viewers and
Yeah, well, I feel like the key point of this,
because you know
of
in
me
Thailand,
sharing now.
yeah, because you know in Thailand, trans people is, it's well known for it. LadyBoys is around here, and actually I want to take this discussion because I don't want to mention the country, but it's very like big in their country about the gender and should we say the country or
Of course.
okay. So in America, United States of America, it's pretty big there, even though it's just like 1% of the population of the world. And the world now is 8 billion.
Yeah.
So let's say 0.8% of it is transgender women.
Yeah.
But now in the US, it's really big in a way like about the gender issues there. Have you seen the news of how they reacted with transgender people in the US?
I don't take much notice, to be totally fair
Okay.
with you. Yeah, I just do my damnedest to control what I can control.
Yeah.
So like with politics and stuff like that, I don't.
No, I mean like in the US now, they're like really, really big, like the drag queens or the transgender people, the LGBTQ rights. and they like reacted very differently. Because in Thailand, it's not really accepted, but it's tolerated. You know what I mean? But in the US, the gender issue is kind of like new to them
Are you saying it's not accepted in America?
yet. With call them he or she or they or them and stuff like that.
Probably say she.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then I might figure like, is it she or that?
Yeah, because in Thailand, it's like, oh, she's a ladyboy. And everyone just like, oh, so what are you, a he or a she? And then girls just says, I'm ladyboy. So they're okay with it. It's not in your face. And then they go by.
Yeah,
day,
I feel the person who's receiving the he or she should have more control and understanding and not let that other person
Yes,
infect like, who they think they are.
that's true.
You know, if they feel like they're a she or a he and someone calls them he or she,
Yeah,
you are letting that person control you.
that's true.
You know?
Do you think that they need to correct the people for the pronouns that they need to use to call them? Or like what you said,
Well, look, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
don't let it control other people
Yeah.
what they want to call
So you calling me she?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Me go, oh my God!
You call me
Don't call me
she.
she.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
why
It's
you
child's
yeah.
play. It's child's play.
Yeah. You don't need to
It's
yeah
child's
overreact
play.
with those
Yeah,
kind of
call me
stuff.
whatever you want.
Yeah. Call me a bag if you want, or a chair. It makes you happy.
There you go.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's respect begets respect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not going to lower my self-belief and
Yeah.
the person I am. Like, you know.
It's really cool.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome.
I
It's
hope
been a
we
pleasure.
tackle all the things that you wanted to tackle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I hope you can pluck up the courage and take everything that I've shared with you on this podcast
Yes.
and just put it out there. And if the world accepts it, it doesn't, that's their prerogative.
That's
no
really
problem.
true.
There's
That's really
many people in this world, so, you know, if they go, no problem, many people will come in,
Yeah.
you know.
I hope so.
Stand true to yourself.
I'll try.
Well, no, don't try. Do.
I will. I do.
Yoda.
Yoda. That's good.
Thank you for watching, guys. You are very much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you gained some valuable wisdom, insights, and entertainment. Please hit the like and subscribe button and let me know what you gathered from that conversation and what future guests you would like to see on the podcast. Much love.